this is Nikki Black. I'm here at ABA Tech Show with David Latt, the editor of Above the Law. Welcome.
Hello, great to be here, Nikki.
Okay, so I want to ask you a couple of different questions. First thing is, I want to ask you about Above the Law. Recently, you've expanded your coverage of solo small firms and also technology. Why did you do that?
Well, I think we started off initially, almost 10 years ago, focused very much on large firms. But we came to the realization that should have been obvious, demographically, the vast majority of U.S. lawyers work as solo practitioners or in small firms. And so we felt an important need to serve that market, which is really where lawyers are. And the other thing we are covering a lot is technology. Technology is transforming the way that lawyers practice. It's transforming the way they deal with their clients. And if you're covering the law and the legal profession, which is what we do, but not covering legal technology, you're doing something wrong.
Right. Well, that makes a lot of sense. Now, I had another question for you. In light of the recent Supreme Court nominee that Obama announced yesterday, I thought I would pick your brain on that because this is an area of your expertise. So I was hoping you could just share your thoughts on his choice and what do you think might happen?
So President Obama nominated Merrick Garland, who is the Chief Judge of the U.S. Court of Appeals for the D.C. Circuit, a very influential court located in the nation's capital. Merrick Garland, I think, was a little bit of a surprise for people. He is a 63-year-old white male, and in terms of the demographics of the court, which people are very attentive to, people were wondering if maybe the president was going to pick another woman, as he has done in the past, or whether he might pick a person of color. One person who was mentioned a lot was Sri Srinivasan, who would be the first Asian American justice. Paul Watford, a judge in California, who's African American, was also mentioned. But I think that in the end, President Obama was very impressed with Judge Garland and his long service on the D.C. Circuit and his credentials. He's very impressively educated. He clerked on the court himself. He was a partner at a law firm. He worked in the Justice Department where he oversaw the response to the Oklahoma City bombing. So Judge Garland seems like a very, very qualified nominee. It will be interesting to see whether he gets a confirmation hearing or vote.
And do you think there's any factors that may affect whether that goes through?
So I think the Republicans are holding the line on not giving a hearing, which is their publicly stated view. They want the next Supreme Court justice to be chosen after the presidential election. But what I'm wondering about is whether there might be a hearing after the presidential election, but before the inauguration, the so-called lame duck theory. Part of that is, depending on who's elected president, the Republicans may think, let's take Judge Garland, who's a pretty moderate, middle-of-the-road jurist, because if Hillary Clinton is elected president, we might like Judge Garland more than whoever Hillary picks.
Right.